Hello everyone, I'm Valen.
And I'm Theo, and today we're going to talk about a slightly different topic which has been very prevalent here in sort of K-pop pop culture and what have you, and that's obviously RIIZE's Seunghan leaving the group after a lot of harassment.
Yes.
It is absolutely horrific. It's completely silly as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it all stems from the fact that Seunghan dared. He dared to have an actual relationship before he even joined the group. Like, it's crazy enough that within K-pop, some people are expected to not pursue romantic relationships because they're in a group, which usually comes down to essentially what amounts to an incredibly ridiculous parasocial relationship that some fans foster with these groups. And I'm sure that some of these fans also, are the ones who probably are super fans a lot of the time. I'm not saying like all the time at all. It's probably way less than even half of the people who, really spend like a good amount of cash like supporting the group, which is obviously good. Like, I think it's great, that you're supporting a group, that you care about a group, because that's what like artists at the end of the day live off of. Exactly. But there's a huge difference between that and thinking that your music boyfriend needs to stay virgin and loyal and faithful to you, the random person on the internet that likes their music. There's a humongous difference between that. But sadly, within especially the East Asian and Korean fandom of RIIZE, who's obviously a Korean group at the end of the day. I mean, that's what we cover here on the channel more than anything else, is the Korean music industry, which is obviously, just become a part of the pop industry, the global pop industry in general. But for the Korean fan base of a lot of different groups, there is a sub fan base of that fan base that has, that expectation that people should have never ever been in a romantic relationship ever in their life, and that they just need to sacrifice everything for the love of these people. This is insane.
This is insane.
And that's obviously completely nuts and completely unacceptable, and it causes a lot of hardship for these artists.
Exactly.
Because
it makes their life harder. Just you're making them sad.
Yes,
I mean, making them have like even issues mentally.
Of course.
Stress, anxiety, everything needs to be controlled. And you're making the people that you say you love sad and depressed.
Because at the end of the day, for people who feel like this, who get mad that someone is pursuing a romantic relationship in their own personal life, which, by the way, has nothing to do with their music output, with their entertainment output, they get mad over that at the end of the day because they are very sad people themselves who probably don't feel like they have a lot of emotional connections in their own life. And then they get this sort of, unhealthy parasocial relationship with people from a music group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
You ever seen like Dinner in America with Music Boyfriend and that stuff? Essentially, they want their music boyfriends to become their real life boyfriends.
Yes.
Which is unhinged.
It's unhinged.
It's incredibly unhinged.
Happen.
And also, if we looked at poor Seunghan here, who's obviously not having a good time now in any way, shape, or form. Like, if we look at the people who are causing him distress, they all look like they probably have a hard time getting a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, they all look unhinged, man.
Unhinged. They're making TikToks in front of SM Entertainment. They put this, like, funeral stand-ups, and, like, it's insane. Now making TikToks, laughing.
But it is important,
They're happy.
It is important to understand that these freaks, which we're just going to call them here, these freaks who literally try to ruin other people's lives and harass them and everything along these lines, are a clear minority within any fandom. They just decide to put all of their money and everything into being as vocal as humanly possible about a man daring to have had a romantic relationship in the past.
Exactly.
And by the way, I actually saw a comment that kind of like justified it. Like, because there are comments out there that will legitimately justify this type of behavior.
Of course.
And I think it was something along the lines of, like, they were trying to sound poetic about it. And it went like this: when someone's heart has already felt true love one time, that heart closes up and cannot give the same true love to the fandom when they join a group. Unhinged.
That's insane.
Ridiculous and unhinged.
And you know what? What the fans are like mad about is the company hearing those fans, listening to those fans. There's such a like minority.
But did they truly listen to them?
Yes.
That's the real question.
Of course.
Well, he went on a hiatus because of the harassment.
Yeah.
It seems like that was what happened. Right. But that's true, though. There was no statement in support of him.
No, not
that
at all.
That is true. And
SM
that's obviously very sad.
get fucked. SM should have said, we don't care. Seunghan is coming back to the group, and there are gonna be 6 members, and that's it. Just that's it. Cry about it. That's what they need to say.
Oh, for sure.
And they did not say
but
that.
But let's
they
hope that the K-pop industry in the future progresses to that level, where they don't listen to very vocal minorities within certain fandoms.
Yes.
And I mean, at the end of the day, listening to them will only alienate the majority.
Exactly.
So it is not beneficial.
It is not beneficial at all. I don't know what they're doing.
If they had just never listened to it in the first place, no one would have cared. No one here, as of 2024 in October, would have ever thought about Seunghan having had a girlfriend in the past.
Exactly.
And even if he has one today, what is the crime there? A lot of people
cry about it
within the K-pop industry obviously are in relationships. They're just not open about it because they don't want to receive hate
Look at this harassment he's
from
getting.
like these kind of insane sesangs and what have you.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
And the sad thing is, like, he announced that he was coming back to the group, and 2 days later he announced he was leaving.
But I think that was because of the amount of like harassment he received in that time. He was just like, hell
sad.
no, I'm not dealing with that.
There's some photos of him leaving the SM in front, and he looked so sad. He was leaving, he was walking, and he saw all this funeral stuff. It was
pathetic. Yes, and of course not of him pathetic. And I understand why he did it. I understand that there was also a press release by him where he said that he left also to not cause any more controversy for the rest of his group.
Of course.
Which is obviously admirable.
Exactly.
In that way, and I understand that, you know, it's an industry where everything depends on your fans. At the end of the day, but in this case, it was a minority. It was a clear minority of fans that were very loud, and in reality, like, why do you even want these fans?
Yeah, why do you want these crazy people?
Right, I don't get it. Like, and why do you want these freaks? Like, look, man, we get crazy people too. Like, everyone on the internet gets crazy people, and I just don't want to please them.
No.
Like, okay, I understand that maybe I could hypothetically make 15% more money, but I'd be 500% less happy.
Less happy.
So, no, that won't happen.
I don't need your money. I don't need your attention. I don't need your likes.
Yes.
Go.
And obviously, now we are not Koreans. We comment on this from the outside. That's also important to understand. But, you know, Korean, like K-pop has essentially become, apart from the American pop industry, the most internationally recognizable industry. And I would say the most interesting pop industry in the world, which is also why we love covering it and everything. We have found that passion for it.
Exactly.
So it's important to understand, though, that we are from the outside. But we will definitely say, and I think that seems like a consensus actually within Korea, among the majority of people too, that this whole thing about them not being able to have girlfriends or boyfriends is bad.
It's bad.
And at the end of the day, I think people should be able to pursue romantic partners, because the alternative is that you give up so much in your life.
And for me, I feel like it's more of a green flag. It's more something positive, either actually in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
If they're in a long-term relationship, for me, it's like more green flag. I like them more.
Right.
They're like cooler. They're like not like with like messing around with people and all of that, because they're scared of actually committing, because the fans are gonna go crazy. For me, it's even better. I don't understand.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we could also look at the situation with that guy from Big Bang, who used to be a part of Big Bang, right? He was doing some pretty freaky stuff.
Yeah.
He was doing some pretty freaky stuff. Wouldn't have been better if that guy had just been in a relationship. I'm not saying,
and married,
and I'm not saying that would have in any way prevented him from doing any of those things. But I'm just saying, like, don't you just like prefer just people just being chill and normal and just pursuing a normal family life?
Exactly.
That's what everybody wants at the end of the day. And I presume many of these people who get mad in the first place, they're only mad because they're using like Seunghan from RIIZE as some sort of like crutch. Because they themselves do not have those things in their own life.
Exactly.
But if they could get a nice boyfriend, they'd still do it and never look back at Seunghan.
Exactly.
You get me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's because they're lacking actually something positive in their lives.
For sure.
Yes.
It's very sad. And to the people who feel like certain K-pop idols or certain artists or what have you should not be able to get relationships, just ask yourself, will you then also, for the rest of your life, never engage with the opposite sex because of people you've never met ever in your whole life? Would you do that? If someone actually comes along and you fall in love with this person, you're going to be like, no, I'm going to stay loyal because I really like this person who will never ever think about me in my whole life.
Yes.
If you think that, then God help you.
Yeah.
God help you. Seriously.
And you're lying to yourself. You would not do that.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you wouldn't do it. Let's keep it real.
You wouldn't do it. Exactly.
If I would have been SM, I would have just picked like the least aggressive option and just said, Seunghan is very sad to hear that some people are acting like this. At the end of the day,
this is private life. It was before the group.
No, not even. No, they should not even say that. No,
okay.
They should just say Seunghan regrets having caused sadness for some members of the fandom. The end. There you go.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that's like the most neutral and like de-escalating way ever, and just not comment on it anymore. And I feel like that's the coolest way to do it.
I agree.
It's the most professional, most business way of doing it, and just completely just, turn off any sort of aggression or any sort of controversy before it can even happen.
Yeah.
That's what should have happened.
That's what should have
But I'm really curious to actually see what Seunghan will be doing in the future. Like, what's happening?
That's crazy.
Did he leave SM? What happened?
No, I don't think he has left SM.
Okay, then it'd be really interesting if he can join NCT.
Wow.
I mean, there's an opening.
That would be crazy.
I'm just saying, there's an opening now.
That would be cool, man. That would be cool. But NCT already has some controversies.
No, but that's my point. There's a new opening in NCT.
True.
I'm just saying.
We have not checked RIIZE, man.
No.
We have never checked RIIZE. We
We'd love
support
to.
them. We love to and we will. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure.
But this situation has sparked interest from us and from all the community within K-pop.
Well, there's been a lot of people.
We had to talk about it.
There's been even people in our comment section going like, hey, you need to talk about this. Yes. And now we're talking about it. And this just sort of applies to any sort of situation like this. Because there's always all these type of controversies within the K-pop industry.
Every time.
And this is our view. This is our opinion on it in general. People can do whatever they want behind the scenes. It's not your issue if they're gay or straight. It's not your issue if they have this opinion politically or that opinion politically. It's not your problem if they have a relationship. It's like just mind your own business, man. They're artists. They make content for you, and if you want to support it, and if you don't want to support it, don't support it, but don't harass them.
Don't harass.
Leave them the heck alone. They're private human beings who are doing their thing.
Exactly.
And that's it. Like, just let them do their thing at the end of the day, and that's it. Like, just be happy for the music that they give you. Like, 99% of you are just listening to it, like, for free on Spotify and YouTube Music and what have you else.
For free.
For 100% for free, and they're putting their whole lives into it. So just be very grateful for everyone involved in it. That includes also the labels. That includes everyone. Be grateful for all of these people who create all of this content.
Exactly.
Seriously, because it doesn't just magically appear.
No.
So just don't harass anyone, and if you're unhappy about something, then I don't know, stop listening to it, I guess.
Stop listening.
Yeah, get another interest.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, thank you so much for watching the video, everyone. Like the video if you enjoy our content. Comment down below what else you want us to react to within the K-pop industry, or what else you want us to talk about regarding the K-pop industry as well. And lastly, make sure to head on over to Patreon and check out all our K-pop content over there. We got so much stuff over there, and there's new content from the K-pop industry coming up over on Patreon literally every single day. Basically like 2 things every single day. So yeah, make sure to head on over to Patreon and check out all of that content. Like, there's so much stuff over there.
I love it.
Anyhow, see you in the next one, everyone.
Bye guys, take care.
Bye everyone, take care.